Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at the fact that actually, things with these Elite Trainer boxes, they are getting better. Reprints are happening, things are getting better, and over the past couple of days, there's been a couple of specific things that have happened, which have frankly helped quite a lot, including a restock of the Prismatic Evolutions Pokémon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box. Now, one thing that's pretty important to note is this is not a new product. The Pokémon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box of Prismatic Evolutions, that dropped on the 17th of January. That dropped when I was at Birmingham Regionals 4 months ago. So the first thing to note here is, look, remember they came out a little while ago and they told us, hey, we're reprinting products, and they were specifically at the time talking about Prismatic Evolutions, but we also know that they were, they were going to talk about some other stuff. They was going to extend beyond that. They were going to include some other things in there. Well, yeah, that's kind of ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. That is kind of ridiculous. 4 months after it was initially released, we had a new drop on the Pokémon Center. Now, this is actually a little bit sad for me on a personal level because I missed out. I got really close. Now, to be fair, I wasn't that quick off the bat because they put the drop up while I was putting my kids to bed. As soon as I saw the message and my kids were asleep, they went to sleep and then I checked and saw the message. I then tried to get it. I got onto the site, went through the queue nice and quickly. Like before, the queue went at a pretty decent pace. I got to the front of the queue, I got in, I put stuff in my basket, I got a couple of, I got a pin as well because I like pins. I do casting, pins are cool for casting. And I went to check out and it just froze. As I was trying to check out, it just froze on the Pokeball loading and it didn't move. And then I went, after a couple of minutes, I went and checked on my laptop, got onto the site, but unfortunately, by that point, although it was showing as in my basket, it was sold out. So, yeah, like, on the one hand, I don't love the fact that me, personally, I missed out. I don't love the fact that I was so close to getting one, but it must have literally sold out as I was checking out, which is why it didn't go through and then it was in my basket showing as sold out. Like, I'm not loving the fact that it just sat there loading and then when I went back in, it showed as out of stock. That sucks. I am not happy about this. But I tell you something, they did a new drop of Prismatic Evolutions Pokémon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes 4 months after the initial drop. That alone is cause for celebration, because this is traditionally not something Pokemon tend to do. Now, to be fair, they do pop up here and there. Like Temporal Forces, for some reason, keep kind of popping up here or there, just kind of on the website ready to go, which is kind of fun. I think Temporal Forces is a severely underrated set. But these really big ones like Prismatic Evolution, we're not used to them coming back. That's not something we've generally been expecting, and yet it worked. We got the reprint, and a lot of people got in. And no, I didn't get in, and yes, I'm very upset about the fact that I didn't get in, but it happened. And this gives me faith, like when we talk in the future about, well, Pokemon say they're doing reprints and this and that and the other, this is proof that they are. And it didn't sell out in 5 minutes. It took a few minutes for it to actually sell out. And it did, and it was gone, and that was very sad and all of that. But the fact remains that it did go up like Pokemon promised. It was there, ready for purchase. And I'm not convinced it's not going to happen again. I can't say whether it will. There is a very good chance this was the last drop ever and I'm missing out. But there's kind of a chance this might happen again. For me personally, there's three reasons why I really want the Elite Trainer box. One is I don't buy much, these special English sets. I tend to buy more of the Japanese sets. I like having the box to actually keep it in. I like the booklet that tells you all about the set. and I want the promo. Like that for me, that's why I'm buying these products. And obviously the Pokemon Center exclusive has the second promo, which is stamped with Pokemon Center on it. Obviously we want that. That's a very cool promo. So I missed out, and that's a little bit sad, but the fact that this dropped 4 months after the release of the set honestly gives me hope. It is not, however, the only thing that has been going on in terms of these Elite Trainer boxes. Now, personally, I'm not going to be attending North American Internationals this year. I know that's a little bit sad, but I went last year, absolutely loved it, had a wonderful time. This year, I'm not going to be attending. Essentially, I have a lot of things going on in the next couple of months, so I've got to try and be a good boy where I can. And the casters have been announced. I'm not on there, but the lineup is looking awesome. Shout out to Shay and Alex, who are going to crush it. Seriously, I'm psyched for my boys Shay and Alex. They're going to be, it's been announced, it's on the website, it's there ready to go. The stream is looking awesome. I am hyped to go ahead and watch it. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're not talking about the North American Internationals and the stream. We're talking about Elite Trainer boxes. Why are we talking about Elite Trainer boxes with NAIC? Because there's going to be a Destined Rivals Elite Trainer box product purchase voucher drawing, which is going on for NAIC. And the way it works is, well, let's read what they've said. We will have Scarlet and Violet Destined Rivals TCG Elite Trainer box product at our 2025 NAIC store. Please select below if you are interested in being placed into a drawing for an opportunity to purchase this product. Selection is not based on reservation time or date. The Pokémon Company International will send a notification email prior to the event to confirm if you have been selected to receive a purchase voucher. Vouchers must be presented on site along with photo ID matching a name attached to the store reservation. There is a limit of 1 product voucher per store reservation if selected. For more information on this store and this voucher, please visit pokemon.com/NAIC. How wonderful is this? This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. Now, we know there's going to be a Pokemon Center at NAIC, and it's going to, I hate to break it to you, it's going to be the same as it was at EUIC. Last year, I went to EUIC and NAIC, and literally, the only difference between the two in terms of exclusive merch was that there is a pin that says North America rather than Europe. A plain logo pin. That is it. That is absolutely everything in terms of a difference. But that's fine. It's still cool, and there's a lot of lovely stuff people are going to want to pick up, and there's a chance to go and pick all of that up, and that is rather lovely. The thing is, they are going to have Destined Rivals Elite Trainer boxes. Remember, there was an announcement that EUIC would not have Prismatic Evolutions. They had like a whole thing where they literally made an announcement saying, we're not doing it there. Here's a tweet from VGC, just kind of covering it. They came out in person and said, we're not selling Prismatic Evolutions at EUIC because they were worried that the store would be essentially flooded with scalpers. Well, they are selling Destined Rivals Elite Trainer boxes at NAIC, but they seem to be basically doing it in the best possible way. It's limited to 1 per person. You've got to apply for a voucher and get one in advance, and then you've got to turn up with your voucher and matching photo ID. Pokemon really seem to be doing absolutely everything they can to try and make sure that the only people that are picking these up are proper fans. And yes, of course, there will be some scalpers who apply for the voucher, get the voucher, go and buy a box and flip it for a profit. People are going to do this. It is inevitable. Everybody knows this is going to happen. But the fact that you can only get one, you've got to apply for the voucher in advance, and you've got to bring in matching photo ID to pick it up, that is going to make it so much more difficult for people to pick up multiples of these. And I'm sure some people will still find a way. But that's not the point. The point is, Pokemon have come out and told us we are trying to get this product into the hands of fans. We are trying to do everything we can to make it available. And we've got 2 more examples here over the past few days of ways Pokemon, and it really is these P-Set Elite Trainer boxes. That is what is causing the most consternation right now. And Pokemon really seem to be going out of their way to try and make sure this product gets to fans. No, it's not going to be perfect. Yes, there are going to be issues. I understand all of this. That's not my point here. My point is this is good news, concrete benefits, and I think this stuff's going to keep going. Also, I haven't said this yet, so let me make it clear before we finish this video. You enter the voucher drawing for the Elite Trainer box as you're booking a spot to enter the Pokemon Center for NAIC. So that's what you're doing here. It's not a separate part on the website. It is as you are booking your slot that this is an option that comes up. So there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this in the comment section. Get us. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Star of Dav, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.